In this little clip, I'm going to show you how to tie your cross, and then we're going to chain the warp off the warping mill. I do everything the same on a board. We can see our cross is right here, and I like to tie it in 4 good little bouts. I tie on the top, that whole group, and I'm just using little pieces of different colored string, and I tie a bow. Nice and strong. Then I'm going to tie on the bottom. Pull it out. I don't want to get, there's a guide string on this warp. There we have that on the bottom. My hand's out of the way. Sorry, it's in the shot. So we have a nice, clean, tight tie. Now I'm going to get this. This is supposed to be on going up. It's a single lone thread, so there's an uneven number of threads in this warp. But it gets tied in there like that. And one more. When I take this warp off, there won't be any doubt where the cross is in the warp. It's clean and easy, and putting your leaf sticks in is a breeze because you know it's right there. It's well tied. Now, some people like to put an additional tie around here. You can do that if it's going to make you feel better. Remember, there's no right or wrong way with any of these things. We all have different ways of doing it. If this is going to give you some peace of mind, good, do it. I don't, but that's okay. What I do feel that we need more than this, because if we just have this, it's very difficult to pull this all apart. When we take this off, you'll see that these are nice big groups and we know exactly where our cross is. So my preference is to have these 4. This is an extra, but I would never just do it with this and not these ties, because then it's too hard for me to access the cross. Anyway, there we go. Some people also put ties all the way along the whole warp, all the way down to the bottom. Again, that's a personal preference. If it makes you feel secure and good to have all those extra cinch ties in, fill your boots, put on as many as you want. But I don't, and I'm going to show you how I chain my warps. I chain small and tight, and therefore I don't lose control over my warps. So that's why I don't put in all those cinch ties. But nothing's right, nothing's wrong. You do what you need to do to make you feel confident in this whole process. All right, let's take this warp off the loom. We're going to do a nice tight chain, and I'm starting down here at the bottom. So I grab it, and I'm pulling out. I got the whole warp is in my hand, sort of like that. I hold onto it really tight, and I pull my dowel out. It's coming. There's the loop where it was tied on at the very beginning. There's my guide string poking his nose out of the hole. So I'm going to stick the dowel back in, and he's out of our hair. The guide string's running up here, but we don't want to chain him in with the rest of the warp. So now I open that up, and I've got tension on my warp from the get-go. I put my thumb and my pointer finger through, kind of like that, and I grab the warp with them. And then I pull this over. It's kind of like a leapfrog. Now I have a new loop, so my fingers go into that loop, and we grab the next part. Right now, my left arm is holding the mill steady. But at some point, like right now, I'm going to have to stand up and become erect. I'm crouching on the floor. And at that point, I'm going to shift and use my hip to control the mill. So I'm coming up. Actually, I'm going to use my knee right now. And I'm pulling it away, but I've got tension on it. It's really tight. It's under control. So there's my new loop. Fingers through the loop, leapfrog over, like that. Fingers in the new loop, leapfrog over. Fingers in the new loop, leapfrog over. This is the same thing that happens when we crochet. So we're doing a gigantic crochet up the warp. But it's only my fingers coming through. I'm not putting my whole hand through. I'm keeping all of these little loops small. And that's giving me a nice tight chain and a controlled chain. That's why I don't put in all of those little ties. But it's up to you. If your hands want to go in and make a big loop, do it. Then you'll need the ties, because the ties help keep it a little tidier. But like everything, there's a million ways to do it. I know people who don't chain at all. They just take their warps off and put them in a bag, and it works for them. So again, nothing's right, nothing's wrong. You need to choose the technique that suits you, makes you feel confident while you're doing all of this. That's all that matters, is that you're confident. So there we go, a beautiful little warp, chained off. Our cross is easy to see, and now it's ready to go on the loom. Ta-da! Hope that helps.